and get started. Yeah, so again, if you haven't heard, if you have like a long strap or a belt or a long towel or just anything that you can kind of grasp onto, and if you don't, then don't worry about it. So let's just settle in here. Take a moment. Find grounding. And just come to your breath. And then maybe allowing the eyes to gently close if that's comfortable for you. And just feel that breath coming in and out. Feeling the grounding of your feet and then the grounding of your sitting bones. And just allowing your chest to open up. Feel your whole spine elongating. And then feel the shoulders relax away from your ears. And go ahead and relax your facial muscles. And just feel your neck elongating, the back of your neck especially elongating, feeling the crown of your head lifting up towards the sky. And just enjoying this breath, just enjoying that breath that comes in. Invite it in. Slow it down. And just notice how it feels. And noticing all the sensations around you, the different sounds that you might hear, the temperature that you experience. Just bring yourself into this present moment and allow yourself to release all other moments. Letting go of anything that you need to do after and anything that has happened before, just for now. Coming back into this pausing, and as we practice this pause, we're able to practice it throughout the day. Allowing ourselves to bring awareness from this pause, awareness of your why, and then we just added in a little bit of curiosity for maybe your perspective, the things that you think, the things that you do, and the things that you say. And without getting overwhelmed by it, but we're just watching and observing. And so bringing up from your why are you here? Why are you practicing? Setting an intention with that. And maybe it's just to be more peaceful or just to be more mindful, whatever it is. And a lot of times I will prompt for an intention with an I am statement. So things like I am peaceful, or if you're working on your health, I am healthy. And sometimes people feel like it might be not genuine because maybe they don't feel healthy. And you could always change it to I am working on my health, or I'm working on incorporating healthy habits. So do what makes you, it feels right here in your now, or your intuition, your gut, and just be really honest with yourself. I have a really quick story to share, and I have to, pull it up on this phone. But you just allow yourself to just be here. You can just listen to, it's story time. Listen to the story by Paul Coelho, and it's called The Dirty Laundry. A young couple moved into a new neighborhood. The next morning, while they were eating breakfast, the young woman saw her neighbor hanging the washing outside. That laundry is not very clean. She doesn't know how to wash correctly. Perhaps she needs better laundry soap. Her husband looked on, remaining silent. Every time her neighbor hung her washing out to dry, the young woman made the same comments. A month later, the woman was surprised to see a nice clean wash on the line, And she said to her husband, "Look, she's finally learned how to wash correctly. I wonder who taught her this." The husband replied, "I got up early this morning and cleaned our windows." And so it is with life. What we see when watching others depends on the clarity of the window through which we look. So don't be too quick to judge others, especially if your perspective of life is clouded by anger, jealousy, negativity, or unfulfilled desires. Judging a person does not define who they are, it defines who you are. Paul Coelho is a Brazilian author. He's best known for his work, The Alchemist. So just letting that sink in for just a moment. And I think we all have experienced this in our lives. I certainly have. And just being aware of it. We don't have to have guilt or shame around it, but just being aware and maybe choosing differently next time. And maybe seeing if that judgment comes from something that we're judging from ourselves. So finding compassion for ourselves helps to have compassion for others. So again, setting that intention for yourself without that judgment, your why. And then we're going to move into some movement. And I say if we sit a lot, then I feel like we should do a little bit of standing movement, but you are welcome to stay seated. I will not I'll not force anyone to stand up. But I know that in the form, a lot of people did talk about practicing some balance or getting better at balance. So if you are fine to stand up, let's go ahead and stand up. We are going to be using the straps. If you have one, great. If you don't, just do your best with the stretching without it. Again, you can use a belt. You can use a long towel. You can probably even use your jacket. Sorry. So we're going to get this strap or long item and just going to put it out in front of you. Maybe we'll stagger. So my mom and I can stagger so we don't hit each other. So we're going to open it up nice and wide. So the length of this is going to really depend on your shoulder flexibility. So we're going to start off really nice and wide and go ahead and lift that strap up. And then you're going to bring that strap back behind you. So I'll move to the side here so you can kind of see. This is called shoulder flossing. So we floss our teeth. But I know that a lot of times, if we're sitting at a desk and we're typing or using the mouse or even using our phone, we're not really using our shoulder mobility. So we want to make sure that and if this is really easy for you, then I would just bring it a little closer, just draw it in a little closer and lift it up and bring it back. So again, right, you want to challenge yourself a little bit of discomfort is okay, but try not to overly push. Listen to your body. Your breath will really guide you. And whenever we're doing these stretches, when your breath comes really shallow, it just means to back off a little bit, or you can breathe into some areas that do feel tighter. And breathe. So we're going to bring it back down for a moment, and you can wrap the strap around. And again, you don't have to use a strap to do this one, but we're going to extend here. So bring your strap tight and then ground your feet. And we're going to inhale, reach up, and then exhale, let's slowly start to tilt to the right. So let's bring that right shoulder forward. Let's square up the shoulders, but keep reaching your arms up and grounding both feet down. You can gently tuck that belly in and open up your chest and even gaze up towards the ceiling. Towards the left here. Keep reaching up and over, reaching up and over. Beautiful. We're going to slowly come back. Take a breath. Inhale, reach up. Ground your feet and slowly start to sway all the way over to the left. Ooh, stretching up that right side. Grounding both feet, especially that right foot kind of wants to pop up a little bit. Ground it down, reach up. And come down just a little bit more, bringing that left shoulder forward and breathe. And slowly come back to the center. We'll go ahead and release that strap. You can shake it out a little bit if you'd like. Ooh, release some of that tension. We're going to go ahead and bring this strap and we're going to lift it into our right hand, lift it up nice and high.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And then we're going to bend the elbow here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just, yeah. お母さんまっすぐしてもいいよ. You don't have to turn around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can turn around. And then we're going to bring the left hand and just pull down so that your right elbow goes up here. So gently tug on the strap with your left hand and pull down, and just make sure that you're feeling a good stretch here in your tricep, the bicep, and your shoulder. Just keep breathing with your chest open and keep that right elbow coming up and gently pulling down. Breathe. This is so great for your posture. And we want to make sure we have good posture. Keep that oxygen flowing. We're going to change it up a little bit. So keep your hands where they are, but this time now slowly start to bring your fingers together here. So see if you can bring your fingers a little bit closer to each other. So bringing that left finger, just kind of pulling up on that strap a little bit, and then bringing your right fingers down a little bit. Keep breathing, yeah? And then we'll slowly go ahead and release with the left hand, raise up the right hand, and then slowly bring it down. And we'll shake it up. You can even make circles here if you'd like. So we're going to do the left hand. So raise up the left hand, bend at the elbow, and then gently tug with the right hand. Just pull it down. This side might be a little tighter for some, depending on your body. It's definitely tighter for me. So when I keep that left shoulder coming up, ground your feet, and then pull down that strap with the right hand. Keep breathing with your chest open. Pull, pull, pull gently. And then we'll switch it up. We're going to bring the fingers towards each other now. So pull on that strap or towel or belt or whatever you have, and then slowly start to bring your fingers towards each other. Keep breathing, bring it in. And then slowly we'll go ahead and release the right hand. Inhale, reach up with the left, and shake it out. Yeah. And you can move your strap to the side for now, or for the rest of the day. We're not going to need it, and you're welcome. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have one thing I want to show you. If you do have a strap, if you don't, this is just for reference. If you do notice that you tend to slouch a lot, I'm just going to show you a really great trick that you can use with your strap. So we're going to bring the strap behind us, so behind our neck, and we're going to bring the straps underneath our underarms, and then we're going to cross it. So it's kind of like a little, my friend calls it the jet pack. So it's kind of like this, you're crossing it back. And then you can use that strap to the D-rings to tighten it up. So you might have to kind of fiddle with it so that you get it to the right spot. So when you do this, then it kind of helps you to keep if you make it nice and tight. So if you tend to slouch a lot, it's kind of hard to slouch. Yeah, so this is just for reference, just FYI. So I'm going to go ahead and release that. And then we're going to move into a little bit of balance. So this is a balance practice that anybody can do. You can do it with the chair if you feel more comfortable. You can have the chair on the side of you. But we're going to just step back with the right foot. So just step back so that the ball of the right foot is pressing down. You're going to press down with your left foot. We might end up hitting each other. Mommy, can you turn around this way? Can you turn this way? Yeah, turn this way. Yeah, there you go. Hi. We'll make sure we don't collide. So right foot down, and then open up your chest, and we're going to bring our hands to the heart center. And we're going to slowly lift the right foot up. So maybe it's just for you, the practice might be like this, where you're just lifting up the foot and just finding balance on your left leg. Find something in front of you that's not moving as your focus, and then allow your chest to open, and then see how far you can extend that leg. Try to breathe through this. If you fall, you can always come back. Keep extending that leg back. Extending that leg back, and then bringing your body down. Yeah, it's a practice So, try not to get into your head about it. If you are having a hard time, balance is a practice. So slowly come back up and then shake out that left leg. So you'll notice that when you're doing any kind of balancing practices, that your foot is kind of wiggling, all the toes are wiggling, and that's creating that muscle memory. So left foot, the ball of the foot is down, chest is open, gazing forward. And then here, this must be your practice to just lift up your left foot a little bit. And it's just really kind of finding that right foot the knee is moving, all the joints are kind of trying to find that grounding and balance. And then so if you want to, you can challenge yourself and extend as far out as you want to. Keep breathing. You can tuck your belly in gently with your chest open. Extend that leg, extend that leg, extend that leg. And then slowly, with control, we will come back up. Take a breath. Very nice. It's work, that's for sure, right? And then another one that is really great for our to strengthen our quadriceps and our hips is we're going to bring our hands to the heart center, and we're going to slowly just lift up that right foot. So you can flex that foot and then extend through that leg, and maybe the lifting of the foot is just a little bit. So just gauge what works for you, but try to see if you can bring your body nice and even, and then lift up that foot as high as you can. You want to feel a little bit of that muscle working right here. So keep extending that leg and lifting with your chest open. Try to avoid, I'm going to move to the side, try to avoid doing like this. This is what happens sometimes. So try to keep your body straight, and it's really just shooting out from that leg. Slowly release, take a breath, and then we'll do the other side. So same thing. We're going to make sure we ground down that right foot and then lift it up. So again, this might be your practice, just lifting it maybe about 1 inch off the ground. Maybe there's a chair next to you where you're just finding, try not to rely too much on the chair or the wall, and try to see if you can strengthen up that right leg. Extend through the left and then lifting up that leg as high as you can without leaning forward like this or leaning back like this. So I think you can get your leg pretty high if you lean back, but you want to keep your body nice and straight, and then extend through that leg and lift it up. Keep breathing. You should feel a little bit of straining here. We're working the muscle. And breathe, and then slowly release. And shake it out. Beautiful, everybody. And then so just to strengthen out our glute muscles, before we move into breathing and meditation, we're going to just do some sit and stands, or you're welcome to do some squats if you don't need the chair. But all you're doing is grounding your feet, bringing your hands to the heart center, and we're going to lean forward and stand up. My mom's like, I thought it was time for relaxation. And we're just going to sit back down. We'll just do a few of these, just waking up that body, lifting up, keep that belly tucked in, keep your chest open, and then sit down. So these are great practices for strengthening the legs and the glutes. We'll just do a few more. Again, this is also good for balance too. And very functional movements. That's what my mom and I like to practice, because we need it, right? When we get in and out of our cars, picking up stuff off the ground, getting up off the ground. So we'll do one more seat and stand. Very nice. And then we'll come into our seat. Thank you for moving with us. And then go ahead and allow the feet to ground. Allowing for your chest to be open. Allowing your eyes to close or gazing at the floor. Noticing what you feel here. So a little bit of movement and breathing and stretching. Notice how alive you feel. And it doesn't take much. And if you practice every day or every other day, then it just builds upon each other. These habits just build. We just tend to move into our subconscious autopilot. especially when we're stressed or we have a lot going on, and it's hard to add new healthy habits. So, a habit tip from Atomic Habits, which is a really wonderful book, is to stack the habit. So, if you have a habit of brushing your teeth every morning, hopefully everybody does, then you can either do something right before it or right after it. So, you can remember to add in that good new habit. Just a little tip. As you notice your heart slowly starting to slow down just a little bit, we're going to move into a practice of belly breathing. So if you want to, you can bring your hands to your abdomen here. And as you inhale, nice and slow, we're going to expand the belly slowly. And then exhale, feel it contracting. Inhale, expanding the belly. Exhale, contracting. And see if you can breathe through your nostrils, if possible. And then just slowing it down a little bit. Maybe if you're wanting to count that breath, you're welcome to do 1 100, 2 100, 3 100, 4 100. Or you can do Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. If you want to count it, going in and out. You're welcome to do that, or just feel that breath coming in and out. It's fine too. This is to help practicing deep breathing. So again, if we can practice these deep breaths, this is such a really simple one that you can do daily. It'll help you to do it outside of this practice. That's what we want, outside of this practice and throughout the day. Melissa had shared yesterday after practice that she reminds herself to do it while she's washing dishes. So that's another habit stacking. Because shallow breathing contributes to anxiety. So if we want to feel more peaceful, then the breath is really the way, the key. See if you can maybe add in a count. Taking slightly deeper breaths. Again, find the balance between effort and effortlessness. And then as you exhale out, let's go ahead and bring your breath back to normal. And then taking just a moment to notice how you feel. Again, we're just observing. We don't need to judge or analyze. And if you do feel any sort of tension, see if you can just send some relaxing breaths there. We're going to be moving into our meditation practice. So coming back to your intention, your why, maybe your I am statement. So this is just one style of meditation, a one-pointed focus practice. So you're welcome to focus on any word, phrase, or image. Let that be your anchor. Just repeat it over and over again. And then once you notice maybe your mind starts to drift, notice that you can bring yourself back to that focus without judgment, without telling yourself that you're horrible at this. The mind wanders. It's just what the mind does. So let yourself be patient, be kind, and remembering that this is a practice. We're going to practice silently for 2 minutes today. Beginning now. yourself to release that anchor or focus. If it feels comfortable for you to bring your palms to the heart center, bring your palms together, and then just allowing for just a quick moment of gratitude, maybe for just the way you're feeling. No matter how you're feeling, which is the point. We are humans. We get to feel all kinds of feelings. Or you can send out that appreciation or gratitude for anything that you feel grateful for. And just breathe that feeling in. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your beautiful practice. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.